Hey guys, welcome to episode 6 recap of Westworld. And with me, of course, is Mr. Lou Rod. How's it going, man?
How's it going this lovely evening?
Good, good, good. And of course, one and only Andrew Cam.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Westworld.
Yes, yes. Today's episode was titled Phase Space. And this episode started with some intrigue and mystery on a conversation with Bernard and Dolores. Except Bernard was repeating what Dolores said, and she said at some point, "That's not what he said." And then she gave him, she told him to sit down. So when did this conversation happen? That's my question.
Season 1.
Hmm?
It's a season 1 conversation.
Is that what you think, Andrew?
Yeah, I remember them being in this setting, but I don't remember her telling him.
Yeah,
fans, like saying, seesaw motor functions and all that. Like that's new. That's a new wrinkle. I don't recall that.
She never said that in season one. Never said it in season 1. So, I mean, the setting is a season 1 setting. I would agree with that. But is that something that's there, or is that something that he's, so there's a lot of theories out there that he's in an infinite loop with Bernard and Arnold together. Mm-hmm. Because we'll talk about that later, because of previews for next week as well. But Andrew, this episode, what did you like? What caught your attention?
For me, it was Danny Newton's storyline. Like, it's kind of predictable to me, but I'm still liking the pacing they're doing on it. Like, I kind of know the next steps that keep happening, but I'm still enjoying watching it unfold.
Mm-hmm. And Lou, how about you?
Teddy, hands down.
Of course,
Teddy just walked up to homeboy. He's like, "Man, I'm tired of hearing your bullshit." I was like, "Oh snap!" And then homie in the Shogun world chopped off the head. I'm like, "That's what I love. Give me more."
That was what I was waiting for. I was waiting for a good samurai fight, and they gave me one. I was happy. I was like, "Look, you guys got to have at least one, dude. Come on."
Now, let me ask you this. Do you think Dolores is now regretting what she did to Teddy?
Yeah. Already, she is. There's a part of her is regretting. There's another part is like, she still is going to move. She's going to move on no matter what. But I think she knows that when it's all said and done, she's never going to have Teddy. Mm-hmm. And again, she did kill off the tech who reprogrammed, so...
Well, they didn't kill him off. They just left him behind.
No, they left him in the train.
That's good. They put him on the train that's going to explode. They put him on the missile. So they knew they could.
No, you know what it is?
No.
Yeah. No.
It to the back. No. They left without him.
No. He was in the front of the train. No, trust me. There's a scene where the front of the train is torpedoing towards the tunnel. And you see Dolores and the other machines
just
looking forward at the train going ahead.
Because they are still moving, but they're slowing down. You were just separating it off from completely. That's the train. Remember when the guy said, "What's that?" That's the train going in. They're like, "Oh, that's the train." They fired a missile into the tunnel so they could get in. That's literally what they did. And the black guy was on there. And basically, I'm sorry, bro. The gun they gave you, how about you shoot the window, you break the window, and you jump out? Yeah, it's moving at 100 miles per hour. I'll take that risk over like explosion. I would. I don't know about you guys. Would you do the same thing?
So my options are either die in an explosion or jump off a moving train and maybe die, maybe break my ankle or something.
Yeah.
And
you're going to have a lot of broken bones.
Yeah. But the numbers game say that the first option, I definitely die.
Yeah.
The second option, maybe.
But the problem is, it's not a numbers game because jumping out of a train at 100 miles an hour, you're dying too, because you're going to break pretty much all the important bones to help you get somewhere. Ain't no one coming back for you.
I still would take it.
I've seen enough action movies to know that if I roll just the right way,
okay, Vin Diesel.
Yeah. You just jump, you keep rolling, you get there. You absolutely get there.
And you put your elbow out, and then you spin in the air, so then your body perpetually goes at 180 degrees.
Okay, yes. Yep. Just like in Deadpool 2 falling down the cliff.
Exactly. Exacto mundo. But yeah, I mean, like to me, I think one of the things of this episode was watching the Man in Black's interaction with his daughter, and the fact that at first I thought like Boored was like,
when she started telling him, "Yeah, man, when I figured out I could go to the pleasure park," he's like, "Okay, TMI."
yeah, no, but I mean that was cool. But I did like the very beginning when the guy who he's always writing with, he was like, "You sure you want to bring your daughter here?" And he was like, "Whatever." And then she comes by, is like, "Look, Ford, I'm tired of your games." And she's like, and until she finally goes, "Those are not real arrows. That's the honeypot." And he's like, "Oh, okay, snap. Oh, this is my daughter then." Yeah.
I thought for a second that she was a host. I was like, "Oh shit, another twist!" Like Ford made a host out of his daughter. That's cold-blooded.
Yeah.
That would have been, but.
And then I realized it was really her when they had the elephant conversation, because that's definitely something that Ford wouldn't know. Like he wouldn't like. That's such a small private detail, and it almost felt like he purposely messed it up to see how she would react.
Okay.
Like, I love those elephants.
So here's my question with timeline, right? We've thought that we didn't see Phoebe, what's her name again? The other tech that is helping Bernard.
I don't know. I've been calling her Raising Hope.
Okay, Raising Hope. We thought Raising Hope never made it to 2 weeks, but the explosion in the tracks, is that 2 weeks or after?
No, it's still not 2 weeks yet.
It's not 2 weeks.
No, because if you line it up,
she did say 7 days. She said in the last 7 days, this thing has been fighting.
If you lined it up with the preview, next week, Tessa Thompson finds the Bernard hosts. They're going to uncover Bernard being a host.
Yeah.
And next week, and Bernard. I'm wondering if Bernard is the eyes that wake up at the end of that preview, because I played that preview twice trying to figure out who that was.
I don't know.
It's interesting, man. Because I mean, dude, the reveal of Homie at the end was just brilliant.
Oh yeah, I love the. I mean, I knew it once she said, their AI is fighting it, but it's thinking. I was like, pretty much. What's his name? Ford put himself in there.
Yeah.
And then when he goes, I put something in here. I was like, there we go. He dropped the ball.
Yeah, he's like, I put something in here. I brought someone in.
Yeah.
Or someone. I was like, all right, it's Ford.
It's definitely Ford. But I did like the reveal, especially in the salon, just playing, and then he comes out. He says,
"See, what gave it away was the dog."
Why?
Because that dog wasn't there in season 1. That dog running in there, that's Ford's dog.
I mean, yeah, I guess, but I already knew early on, so I didn't even care about the dog. I saw the dog, I was like, whatever. I was like, I'm waiting to see Ford. And I was like, it's going to be at the very end of the episode.
And then I knew Bernard walking around, I'm like, okay, he's back in the season 1 setting. Something's got to give. Is he going to follow Dolores when he saw Dolores? But the dog is what tripped him to go into the alcohol binge saloon. And then you knew Ford would be at the piano because Ford had a thing with the piano all through season 1.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah, and like part of me kind of wonders if he brought the dog with him because he figured out that's how you maintain consciousness. Like you need something grounded from your past to be with you presently. So like, remember how the Men in Black was trying to figure out with the father-in-law how to download consciousness, and there's always like a plateau that someone reaches where they can't like process new information. Like,
yeah, but that's different with the father-in-law. I think it's just more like Ford's in the Matrix, right? And he needs to figure out.
I think Ford has figured out how to make your consciousness like downloadable and adaptable and flourish, because you notice that he keeps making changes. Like he's created an algorithm that can figure out how to survive and how to adapt to what someone else is throwing at you.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. Good point. What else did we see in this episode that was interesting?
Thandie Newton finally made it to her daughter.
Yeah, and then she didn't get the reveal she wanted.
It wasn't even just that. It was what was I think she had 2 facial reactions. It was one where she was like, He's like, daughter, you know, I'm gonna protect you. And she goes, excuse me, who are you? And she turns around, like, I've almost felt like she wanted to say, who is this beat here? You know, like I was like, I could feel her go like, really? They just threw in another black woman here?
But homie told her that they reprogrammed that narrative.
Yeah.
They put a new host in her position. She's the one who's obsessed with going to save this child that at this present moment doesn't know who the F she is.
Yeah. That's very
so,
true.
You know, and it seems to be, man, my boy from Longmire is her Achilles heel.
Who?
The head Indian.
Oh. I didn't know it was from Longmire.
Yeah. All 6 seasons.
Interesting. Huh. Next week will be a lot of action. Episode 7. And a lot of action, a lot of Ford. Well, we got Ford in 2 episodes. I thought you said it was only 1.
No, it's in 2.
So I guess this
it's in 2.
He's gonna be in the next episode for sure.
Yeah.
Next week is 7, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's credited for his voice in like episode 2. He appears in episode 7. So
he appeared in episode 6. So I mean,
well, they didn't do a direct shot of him. It was more of a reflection. So I'm guessing they did like CGI or something for
that. Maybe. Who knows? Or maybe it was just because it was like 2 seconds.
Yeah, they don't give him a credit for it. Like, he has one line.
Yeah, it's like
I charge you guys $3 million per episode. You sure you only want me to say one line? You know I get my money one way or another, right?
They're like, no. They're like recorded for episode 7, and then they just put it in episode 6.
No, what they did was they recorded all his line of dialogue back in season 1.
Yeah,
use for season 2.
Exactly. Yeah, they're like, we'll just use that. But yeah, I mean, anything else? Anything else here in the chat? The dog confirmed it for me too. Dude, he had a gun. Shoot the window on the door. Stick your hand through it. Open the door. Jump out while telling the rest to go f off. Mark Eric Lane, thank you very much. Yeah. I mean, it's that simple, man. You know, you don't just stand there and do it. Nah, come on, like it's silly.
Yeah, Eric, that scene was the beginning scene was a flashback to season 1. The only difference was Dolores flipped the script and told Bernard to freeze all motor functions.
Yeah, that's the interesting part. So
yeah,
we'll see. That scene needs to be explained in what context, because they just kind of threw that in there for us and we have no idea.
Yeah, like I didn't know if that was like something Bernard was seeing in the future, or like his memory is getting messed up.
Experience.
And like Ford was programmed or something.
Is it a cause of him going into the Matrix, right? And he just experienced that in there too, or it caused the loop. And then speaking of loop, like a lot of rumors are like Bernard and Anthony, and is it
Ford?
Robert? Huh?
Ford?
No, Bernard's original
Arnold.
Bernard and Arnold are in a loop. So maybe this Arnold Bernard is actually Arnold, but not completed. Basically, Ford has completed exactly what he needs to do to take Bernard to that level.
Or yeah, so maybe he's just been cycling out Bernard's all this time.
Yeah.
Maybe like he hasn't perfected it, but like he's figured out a way for him to last like 100 days rather than 35.
Yeah, all those vacation days. That's why there's multiple bodies.
Exactly.
Makes sense. If it definitely makes sense, because you don't need multiple bodies for Bernard. You just need to fix him up, or you need one extra body. Unless he is actually Arnold.
Well, next week we know Bernard has lots of bodies.
Yeah, no, because all the other hosts don't have multiple bodies. No one does. If he truly is a host, you don't need to at all. I mean, they've told us through season 1, right? Dolores is one of a kind. All of them are one of a kind. I mean, at least visually, they're made differently, and that's it. So for Bernard to have multiple bodies means that Bernard is Arnold. And that's our episode 8 reveal. You heard it here first, people. You heard it here first.
Richard J says, could be Ford wearing Dolores's face, testing a human Arnold model.
You know, that's a trip, though, man. I look.
I am not high enough to understand.
No. I mean, yeah.
Well, you know, Ford is embedded in people's consciousness.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So, but if you really think back to season 1, when Dolores flipped the script on Bernard by saying, "Well, someone else is telling me something else."
Yeah,
I don't believe they ever answered who that was. Was it Ford or is it Arnold?
I think it's Ford, and I think the whole story of they had a falling out. They had kind of told us that it was a falling out between the two. I don't think there ever was. I think he died, and to save him, he put him as Bernard, and he's been trying to get his buddy back, pretty much, and then he's perfected it, and now it's
for Bernard to believe the narrative. It was always his son. He kept thinking about his son.
Yeah, it was
talking to a fake woman on the opposite side of a phone line.
Yeah, that is true.
So they're tying up certain elements from season 1 here in season 2.
I see you guys at Westworld. I see you guys, man. You trying to trip us. Be smart. Just hey, who knows? It could be all wrong. Yeah. But it'd be nice though. It'd be nice if that was the case for season 2.
I mean, it's play connect the dots with certain storylines.
Yeah.
They're rounding off some of the storylines from season 1 now. So there's going to be something from this season that's going to lead into season 3, because that's just how it plays out. Because they're coming back for season 3 because they already got the light. The question is, when do they start filming it?
Yep. Hopefully, most likely be. Hopefully they start like summer, man, or something. So that
the problem is they might make us wait until 2020.
Yeah, we're always going to wait a year and a half because of this has more post-production work than the average HBO show. So it's not just the filming that's the issue. It's when they're done filming, they got a lot of graphics and stuff that they have to create. So that adds that extra time where it ends up being like a year and a half.
Speaking of graphics, though, I gotta say, man, I need that table computer they got. Like she just had it. It was literally
1 minute she's looking at the bottom.
She's like this, and she's like,
that just popped up.
And then you can see the hologram base that just made it. I was like, I can make that like a 50-inch screen or even any size I want, ultra wide. I mean, I could have floating monitors all over the place.
Microsoft needs to walk in on Tuesday and have all of the engineering team from HoloLens and the Surface Hub and everything else and say, all of you get together. No one leaves this room until we figure out how to do this.
Exactly. So I need that episode. I need that right now, because that was dope though. Because all it is you can either have it like the glass on the table, you just have the hollow bar, right? And that's it. And I was like, because it even looked like Windows. I saw icons on the bottom there. I was like, I don't know what kind of Windows operating system that was, though, but who knows? I mean,
that's the fake operating system.
Maybe Windows 67.
Seriously, it's that far in the future.
Yeah,
we've learned.
Yeah,
we've learned how to take our technology on a little phone, make the screen look like this sideways, like they do in The Expanse, but just be rectangular, straight. These shows, man, they're paving the way for future technology.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But Mark here goes, where is it? I think Bernard in the 2 weeks timeline isn't Bernard at all, just another brain spear thing in his body.
Yeah, but the 2 week version of Bernard was
it's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
He's unstable. He's not sure what's real, what's memory, what's past, what's present.
Yeah, maybe that's either Ford has either fed him whatever line of programming he needs to be restable, and it's taking a while for him to adjust. But I'm thinking that's what it's going to be.
By the way, like I remember last week we were talking about how like some of these timelines are hard to keep track of. Technically, this Matrix world that Ford is in is like another timeline we have to.
Yeah, but at least we know it's Matrix. I just call it Matrix to be done with. Like I'm not even trying to hide it. It's going like the Matrix happened 7 weeks in. That's when they jumped into the Matrix. 7 days in.
Bernard clearly stated, "Leave me in for an hour." So we'll only be in this timeline for an hour.
But what's an hour in this world? Like
it could be counting.
What's that? An hour, like not to get too religious, but like some people say in the Bible, it says like an hour to us is like an eon. An eon to us is like a second to God or whatever. Like that's kind of the same thing. You never really know like how you measure time there.
Mark Eric says how to install Cydia on Westworld host. I mean, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it all pans out, but yeah, it was a dope episode. I definitely liked it.
But see, K. Richard J is, I think the empty brain floaters are the key to season 3. Jailbreak by hosts already check off as dead.
Man, the hosts figure out how to get rid of access.
Yeah, if they
leave certain people alive. I mean, Homeboy, he's double crossing Tandy by using his Samsung Galaxy phone in the park. Talk about I'm calling for help.
I wouldn't call it double crossing. That's
crossing.
That was him just doing what he was going to do. The person who was going to save Tandy was the Asian guy, her lover boy. That at least the guy that loves her, but her little love pet. I call it that. Yes, a little love pet. He was like, "We got to go help them." He's like, "I'm trying to get help."
I don't know if you knew this, but the way my humanity's set up, I can't do it.
No, I mean, can you blame me? It's like I'm getting struck with, but he's not. You could tell, like that's why I said he's not double crossing or even crossing. It's the fact that he didn't go. We need to get away from these crazies. Like I'm tired of getting shot with arrows and bullets. So it wasn't
return to form.
Yeah, he's like it has nothing to do with her. Like if there was no arrows and bullet, maybe I'd have stayed a little longer because everything's cool. But nah. So, and I found it interesting that I knew she was gonna leave. The girl with the dragon tattoo.
She followed her doppelganger.
Yeah. She saw a doppelganger. She's like, I'm out.
Yep.
Samurai was like, nah, I'll stay.
Here's a theory that Waffle Iron wants to know who is the mind that Bernard printed a couple of episodes ago for. Is that for a reincarnation of Arnold or what?
No,
our theory was Ford, but right now we really don't know.
It's confirmed as Ford.
It's got to be Ford.
Because
how is it confirmed?
How is it confirmed? Very simple. Bernard said, "I brought someone here," and then when you see how Bernard was inserted into the Matrix, aka the Westworld Matrix, it has to be the module, and it has to be pulled out of his brain, the little orb, his little orb brain, and dropped in. That's the only way. And
remember Bernard,
he printed one out. So
when Bernard went to the place that printed that, where they killed all the other people, he said he was sent there by Ford.
Yeah.
So Ford has been pulling the strings on this.
Exactly.
It would make sense that Ford is the consciousness that he uploaded.
And then we see Ford at the end of the episode, and it wasn't Ford. And again, that's the reason why Ford can now interject back into the host and talk to the man in black. And
but hold on. WV Grown says Ford is inside the cradle now.
Yeah, he's in Cradle. Yeah,
remember, Raising Hope said
he's stopping all sorts of backdoor trying to infiltrate his city. Ford is like, get out of here. Nope.
Yeah, I mean,
too good.
I mean, he's the god of the system. He doesn't just have root master access. He is the access. That's literally what it is. Yeah, he is the system, so you can't bypass it.
And Mark Eric Lane says he apologizes, but he's really high right now.
Yeah, so So it's but I think what it is also the fact that I just lost my train of thought. Yeah, the end of the maze is what we theorized. End of the maze is immortality, which the Man in Black has been trying to do, and that's basically because he said he's going to have something for him at the end if he gets there, and that's the prize, literally. I think.
Let's see. I go with Eon Throne. After every episode, we need to rewatch the whole series from the start. This is going to be a fun binge from season 1 to season 2 because it's going to play so well.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. Let's see. Eon, no. Mark Eric Lane says Jeff Bridges to Westworld's Tron. Yeah, except he's I think Tron Jeff Bridges was high. So
Ford is on God level mode.
Pretty much. The man orchestra it controls everything. He controls that, and he controls Delos. And the thing is that whatever information Delos has that they think on creating consciousness for people, they don't have the full information because only Ford has that. So whatever is in Abernathy is only as complete as day 146 of Man in Black's father-in-law. That was it. It's really not complete info, unless you guys disagree. But I don't think it's complete.
Dude, this has just been one exciting season, honestly.
Yeah, it is. I saw some people post some articles saying that this season was boring or it was bad. I'm like, you all are drunk. Or something.
I think if you said, want to know the twist?
Sorry, you're breaking up. You just froze and cut out. Andrew, let me send him a message. Andrew, you there? You there? Hello? Yeah, nope. You're cutting in and out. All right, let's see. From Waffle Iron says, so this whole final storyline just a way for Ford to finally kill off the Delos Corporation and make himself immortal with perfected immortal tech from the Man in Black's uncle. You got it right, bro. I don't think he can kill off Delos organization, but I think it's gonna hurt Delos because Delos thought that they had the future-proof tech that they could make so much money off. The park is one thing because to me, Delos is thinking, once we sell immortality, then we make the park cheaper. And then we can now bait more people into immortality that way. And then each body has a life cycle of like 20 years or something, right? That you pay for. And more. If you're richer, of course, you can pay more. So Delos thought that they had the one thing that they could be in business forever.
Hey, Andrew, Mark says, Andrew's being hacked by Dolores. Dude, she's going to get you. Watch out, my brother.
Yeah, no, Andrew, you were like you were frozen for a second there, though. I was like, is Andrew like? Is she? Did they freeze all motor functions?
For the record, just so we're clear, I've been on record saying that the hosts are totally justified for this uprising. So I don't know what your problem is, but I've been in supporting you guys. I've been in your corner. You guys had every right to do what you wanted to do. Just so we're clear.
Look, I like Dolores. No, not Dolores. Sorry, I like Maeve. So I'm cool with her. I'm down with the struggle, girl. I feel you. You know, just say.
Dude, check. You leaking brain fluid.
Oh, Lord.
You know, see, they've made this interesting because before Bernard found out he was a host, Bernard was having relations with the female from last season.
Yeah.
And then Teddy and Dolores had relations, but yet, how the hell? And they supposedly got off. What is he shooting? Brain fluid?
Well, look, let's not even go there right now. I'm sure everything is just hardwired.
They're programmed,
for certain things. So.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it. All right, guys.
Also, the best parts of Mission Impossible 2.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this episode, though. I mean, we can make fun and go around, but I think we covered all stuff. Next week's gonna be fun. We're gonna see more Ford and his plan. We're gonna see Bernard. We're gonna see the multiple Bernard copies that are hidden. So, it should be fun. Should be exciting. So, join us again next week. Thank you very much, Lou and Andrew. Definitely check them out and follow them on Twitter. Andrew, where can people find you on Twitter? What's your handle?
You can find me on Twitter at Andrew Cam. That's Kam as in Michael.
And how about you, Lou?
I'm the Bored Buddha.
All right. And myself, it is Boored at Work. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Do like, share, subscribe to the channel. Come back again next week at 10:20. And always enjoy your entertainment.